This is an introduction to social media contractors and what we do. Steve Jobs said, "This is a very noisy world," and it's true. The number of messages that everyone is exposed to is enormous, and for you to get your brand message through in this cacophony is very, very difficult. The old ways of reaching customers are dying. The newspaper and yellow pages used to be a great way to reach customers, but when was the last time that you personally used the yellow pages to find a business? At the same time, spend on digital marketing is tripling. Everybody knows they need to be doing something for digital marketing, but they're not exactly sure what it is. And businesses are using new platforms to tell their stories. If you look at the orange bar, that's for 2011, the green bar is 2010. What are people doing more of? Blogs, videos, white papers. What are people doing less of? Print magazines and print newsletters. There's a change that's happening across the marketing industry. But this stuff is hard. This chart shows out of 133 million blogs surveyed by Technorati, only 5% of them get updated more than every 120 days. And we can understand that. Most marketers have big problems with creating original content, finding the time to do it, finding high quality content to share, allocating staff to do it. Everybody's trying to run their business. They don't have time to become a publisher also. Unfortunately, if you don't publish, you're missing out. Blogging drives a significant increase in leads. As we know, people use Google to start their search for a product. And the more available that you are, the more likely you're going to have customers coming to you. Whether you're a B2C company or a B2B company, there's a significant increase in leads that comes from being an active blogger. What we do at Social Media Contractors is we start with strategy. We align social media strategy with your business strategy. Who are you reaching? How are you reaching them? What problem do you solve for them? Any social media that doesn't connect to your business strategy is a waste of time and money. We like to illustrate this with the customer's journey. Customer starts with a need. They then evaluate the possible products to buy. They make a purchase, and then they experience it. What Google has found is that during the evaluation stage, the average consumer consumes 10 pieces of information. And that's not the yellow pages, that's not the newspaper, that's coming from search. After the customer buys, social media is equally important. Social media can touch the customers after the sale by customer service, by forming user groups and introducing users to each other, even by doing R&D with your customers, by asking them what's working and what's not working. The good thing is that social media allows customers an opportunity to evangelize and tell how good your product is. Finally, after the customer experiences your product, if they have a close enough bond, they don't need to go through the evaluation step again. They can go directly to buy, and you've achieved loyalty with your customer. In order to do this, we start with 3 complementary strategies: who you monitor, who you broadcast to, and who you converse with. When we monitor, we're listening to the segment, and success is understanding what the segment needs. In the broadcast phase, you're targeting to a segment, and success is getting the customer into conversation. When you're conversing with the customer, it's targeted down to the individual, and success is getting the customer to enter the purchase funnel. When we monitor, we're asking, what are people saying about you, about your competition, about your keywords? And what are they saying on your blog, on Facebook, on Twitter, on any of the social platforms? What else are they talking about? What does your segment like and dislike? And what trends should you be aware of? And most importantly, who's listening to you? Software is now allowing us to take a much deeper dive on what people are talking about than we did before. A simple dashboard can have a large amount of information on it. Your broadcast strategy revolves around the stories that you tell the world. What do you want to be known for? What we do for you, we write a blog that's professionally written and edited, and it's long-form articles. We manage your Facebook platform, which gives you a presence where the customers are. And we manage your Twitter platform, which allows you to have frequently updated short-form content all day long. As needed, we can go onto other platforms like YouTube, LinkedIn, Pinterest, or Instagram. It all depends on your segment. When we do our conversation strategy, it's an online conversation with your customers. There are 2 components to this. First of all, discovery. We search the social networks to see who fits your target, what age, the gender, the profession, the location. Once we've located these people, we can engage with them in conversation for your brand and drive them to your website or to your business's front door. Most companies start with a basic presence, with maybe a blog that's erratically updated, a small Facebook presence, maybe a Twitter presence. And that's good. That's better than most companies do. However, by working with us, you can have a more material blog, Facebook, and Twitter presence, Plus, presence is where it's relevant on LinkedIn, Instagram, Foursquare, Pinterest, or YouTube. All of these driving traffic back to your website. This is the concept of social gravity, which means that you have an integrated social presence across all your social platforms. Your blog, your Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all of them are integrated, and they all drive users back to your website where you can make them your customer. So the architecture for social media is really made up of three things. Every company should be listening. Every company should be broadcasting, whether that's creating original content, whether that's curating other people's content, or it's amplifying user-generated content. The third thing they should be doing is conversing. They should be responding to their audience, having direct interactions with their audience, and even performing customer service with their audience. The last thought I'll leave you with is about ROI. There are 7 ways in which social media can boost the bottom line of your business. Number 1 is around branding and awareness. Then there's protecting your reputation. There's customer service, public relations, building user communities, facilitating R&D, and finally, leads and sales. If you have any questions, please come see us at socialmediacontractors.com. We'd love to help you.